We chose the Buckhorn area to do our burnt tree operation because of the damage that had occurred in that area from the High Park fire, I'm sorry. Taking down this number of burnt trees was a dangerous operation. And this presented us with a great opportunity to reenact a deployment where we would arrive on scene and figure out what exactly it was we were going to do and how we were going to do it and what the safety protocols would have to be. The first step was to do a recon of the facility and the areas where we were going to be working. We sent a 4-man team, myself included, up to Buckhorn approximately 3 weeks prior.
We put a lot of time into planning ahead of time. Mm-hmm. We just didn't come in that morning and say, okay, here's what we're going to do. We actually rehearsed a little bit of time and we got up, you know, before everybody and went through it again. We ran a rehearsal on our briefings, safety briefings, our strike team briefings, mm-hmm. and then how we were going to break down our actual strike teams.
And we had put together a very detailed location, logistics location for the property as to where we needed to work, where the trees needed to come down. And not only were we taking the trees down, but we were limbing them and bucking them and chipping. So we were literally sanitizing a hillside. So we put together a safety brief for each morning, and we would select strike team leaders and choose their teams. We would give them their PPE requirements for the assignments that they were getting based upon our previous recon of the area. So for example, if the Alpha strike team was going to be assigned to the waterfront hillside, we knew in advance what the waterfront hillside looked like. So we knew what kind of PPE they would be needing, and we also gave them a brief about the physical and environmental hazards that they would be dealing with. So we documented this, everything was done in writing, and then the key to this was that when we broke for lunch and came back, we immediately did a debrief to make sure that there were the conditions that changed were appropriately handled with if you had a change of conditions that you expected to get to when you arrived at the scene, you adjusted either your PPE or your individual volunteer assignments.
During Operation Burnt Tree, we used Salamander to keep track of people, and the purpose of the program was to track them from the time we knew they were going to be part of the operation to the time they left the operation. So really what it does is, at the outset, I'd get a list of the names of people who are going to be coming, and I would log them onto something as simple as my smartphone or my tablet. Mm. And then as they would leave to head up there, I could tell that they were off scene, but they were on their way. And then when they would arrive, I'd check them into a number of places. So I could check them into things like they were on scene. We'd break them into teams. I'd track when they went into a team. I could track who was going to spend the night with us. Track people as they went off on various support roles.
I mean, we kicked ass. We really kicked ass. The team was great. The strike team leaders, we would switch them out so everybody had an opportunity to be a leader.
That's kind of what draws everybody together. I've never been on a Team Rubicon operation where people are there to lay down.
Pretty much everything I've learned with the chainsaw is through TR, so I'm relatively new. Mm-hmm. All my training experiences through these guys, and I think it's awesome. Yeah, so not long after that Assistant Sawyer training, we got the opportunity to go up to Burnt Tree. But no, it was a great opportunity to pretty much put everything we learned in that training class, assistant training class, to work. I got a lot of time on the saw. Great time. We got to do everything the right way. Which helps, you know. We had good leadership out there and knew where we needed to be and when. Let's see. A lot of maintenance. Got a lot of time cleaning that thing, like in the military, you know. Gotta keep your weapons clean. Learned a lot of procedures, and it helps a lot when you go on ops. I was in Honest Abe in Illinois, 2013. I can see how a lot of this would transfer over, because back then we were just kind of doing it the old cowboy way. That's the standard for the whole place, for the whole TR, and you know, I think that's gonna go a long way. Any other questions I can address for you?
No, I think that's good.
Good to go.
I think the only person that got really winded was me. So, you know, it was a very tiring weekend, but it was a terrific learning experience. We really had a great time, and I think, you know, everybody enjoyed the activity and the physical requirements involved in this. And when we were all done, the critique at the end was extremely positive, and everybody talked about how this is the way deployments should be handled. And I just think that the more structured you are, the more you're going to get done, the more efficient you're going to be, and the safer you're going to keep your team.
Project Burnt Tree was the first one that I did. And as soon as I got there, I felt comfortable. I felt like everybody wanted me there. I felt like just because I was a civilian didn't matter. They wanted to know my story. When I'm on the Facebook pages for any of the Colorado or Utah, Colorado's blowing up. I'm just saying that I know that if I want to come and do something, there's always something going on in Colorado. And I know where to look for it, and I know that they're going to get back to me, and I know who's doing what, and who to contact, and how to do it. These were the people I wanted to meet, the reason I wanted to be there. It was exactly what I expected it to be, and maybe a little more fun and dirty than I expected it to be, which was awesome. And then I got to come, home and talk about it, brag about it. Everybody wanted to hear about it. And then I got to come back here and see some of the same people at this one, and they knew me.